Good morning/afternoon/evening, everyone. Have you ever faced a moment where you felt like giving up? A moment where the weight of expectations, failure, or fear made you question yourself? We all have. And yet here you are, still standing, still fighting. And that, my friend, is proof that you are stronger than you think. Strength isn't just about power or resilience. It's about standing back up after life knocks you down. It's about finding light when everything around you seems dark. It's about trusting yourself when the world fills you with doubt. There have been times in my life when I felt small, unheard, unseen. I questioned whether I was good enough, whether I had what it took. But every single time I discovered something. I was far more powerful than I gave myself credit for. And so are you. You see, real strength is not about never falling. It's about how you rise when you do. It's in the quiet moments when you choose to keep going. It's in the courage to dream when others tell you it's impossible. It's in the fire that burns within you, no matter how many storms try to put it out. So, when life pushes you down, remind yourself you are built for this. You are made of strength, courage, and resilience. You are not defined by your failures, but by how you rise from them. Believe in yourself, trust your journey, and never forget you are stronger than you think. Strength is not just about power, it's about resilience and rising after setbacks. Too often we equate strength with dominance, control, or the ability to force our way through life's challenges. But real strength isn't about how hard you can hit, it's about how well you can take a hit and still keep going. It's about endurance, persistence, and the unwavering belief that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. Life has a way of testing us in ways we never expect. Sometimes the challenges come in the form of failures, dreams that didn't come true, jobs we didn't get, relationships that fell apart. Other times it's about personal struggles, battling self-doubt, facing rejection, or dealing with loss. In those moments, it's easy to feel powerless. It's easy to believe that the setbacks define us, that they are proof of our limitations, but that's where we get it wrong. Setbacks do not define us. They refine us. They shape us, push us, and if we let them, make us stronger than we ever imagined. Resilience is the ability to stand back up even when everything in you wants to stay down. It's about facing life's toughest moments with the determination to keep going even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. It's the quiet voice inside you that whispers, "Try one more time," when the world tells you to quit. Resilience doesn't mean you never feel pain or fear. It means you refuse to let them control you. It means you acknowledge your struggles, but you don't surrender to them. Think about the people who inspire us the most. They are not the ones who had an easy journey. They are the ones who faced unimaginable odds and still found a way to rise. Every success story has a chapter of failure, rejection, and hardship. Every strong person has had moments of weakness, moments when they questioned themselves, moments when they thought about giving up. But what sets them apart is that they didn't let those moments define their future. There will be times in your life when everything seems to be falling apart. You will have days when you wonder if you're strong enough, smart enough, or capable enough to make it through. And in those moments, you have to remind yourself, you are stronger than you think. Strength isn't about never breaking. It's about how you put yourself back together. It's about learning, growing, and refusing to let failures have the final say in your story. When life knocks you down, you have two choices: stay down or rise up. The easy choice is to stay down, to let fear, disappointment, or pain convince you that you're not capable of more. But the stronger choice, the choice that leads to growth, success, and transformation, is to rise. Even if it's slow, even if it's painful, even if you're not sure how you're going to do it, you just take one step at a time. And the beautiful thing is, every time you rise, you get stronger. Every setback you overcome builds resilience. Every challenge you face makes you wiser. Every failure you endure teaches you something valuable. Strength isn't just something you're born with, it's something you build moment by moment, challenge by challenge, choice by choice. Life will challenge you, but every struggle is proof that you are stronger than you realize. No one goes through life without facing difficulties, disappointments, or moments of doubt. Challenges are an unavoidable part of the journey, testing your patience, resilience, and belief in yourself. They come in different forms, sometimes as failures that shake your confidence, losses that break your heart, or obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. But what we often fail to recognize in the moment is that these struggles are not just setbacks, they are signs of our strength. Every time life pushes you to your limits and you keep moving forward, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you ever imagined. It is easy to feel defeated when things don't go as planned, when you put your heart into something and it doesn't work out, when the road ahead feels uncertain, when the weight of responsibilities feels too heavy. You may wonder if you have what it takes to keep going, but strength is not always loud or obvious. It doesn't always look like bold confidence or fearless action. Sometimes strength is simply refusing to give up, even when everything in you wants to. It is taking another step forward when you're exhausted, believing in yourself when no one else does, and holding on to hope even when it feels distant. Think about all the struggles you've already faced in your life. The moments you thought you wouldn't get through, the times you doubted yourself, the hardships that felt unbearable at the time, and yet you survived. You made it through situations you once thought would break you. You endured pain you never thought you could handle. And because of that, you are stronger today than you were yesterday. Every difficulty you have faced has built you, shaped you, and prepared you for what's ahead. Strength is not just about physical endurance or outward confidence. It is the ability to keep pushing forward, to adapt, to find solutions even when problems seem overwhelming. It is the courage to stand up after falling, to face your fears instead of running from them, to learn from your mistakes instead of being defined by them. Life's struggles are not meant to break you. They are meant to reveal the power you already have inside you. Many times we underestimate ourselves. We believe our limits are much lower than they actually are. We convince ourselves that we are not strong enough, not capable enough, not worthy enough. But every struggle is an opportunity to prove ourselves wrong. It is a reminder that we can handle more than we think, that we are not as fragile as we sometimes feel. The truth is, you will never know how strong you are until you are put in a situation that forces you to find out. And when that moment comes, you will realize that your strength runs deeper than you ever imagined. Doubt and fear are normal, but they should never define your potential. Every person who has ever achieved something great has faced moments of uncertainty. No matter how strong, talented, or determined you are, doubt and fear will always try to creep in. They whisper in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that you're bound to fail. But here's the truth. Those thoughts are just illusions. They are not facts. They are not reality. And they should never be the reason you hold yourself back from becoming everything you are meant to be. Fear has a way of making everything seem more difficult than it really is. It magnifies obstacles, convinces you that the worst will happen, and keeps you stuck in a cycle of hesitation. Doubt does the same thing. It makes you question your own abilities, replay past mistakes, and compare yourself to others. But no one who ever succeeded did so without pushing past fear and doubt. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in spite of it. Think about the times you let fear stop you. Maybe it was a chance you didn't take, a risk you avoided, an opportunity you turned down because you weren't sure you were ready. Now think about where you would be if you had pushed through that fear instead. How many moments have passed where you could have moved forward, but instead you stood still? How many times have you let doubt convince you that you weren't capable, when in reality you had everything you needed to succeed? The truth is, fear will always be there. So will doubt. They don't disappear as you grow. They just change form. The key is to stop waiting for them to go away before you take action. If you wait until you feel completely fearless before you chase your dreams, you'll never start. If you wait until you have absolute certainty before making a move, you'll stay exactly where you are. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from taking action, from proving to yourself that you can do hard things, from stepping outside your comfort zone and realizing you're capable of more than you thought. Fear and doubt are simply signals that you are stepping into something new, something meaningful. They show up when you're on the edge of growth. Instead of letting them hold you back, Use them as signs that you are moving in the right direction. Because if something doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Every great accomplishment begins with uncertainty. Every strong person has moments of insecurity, but they push forward anyway. They understand that the only way to silence doubt is to prove it wrong. Think of the people you admire, the ones who have done incredible things. Do you think they never felt fear? Do you think they never had moments where they questioned themselves? Of course they did, but they didn't let those feelings stop them. They kept going, and you can too. Your potential is not defined by your fears. It is defined by what you choose to do despite them. You have everything you need within you to succeed. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that you can't. And that belief is a lie. You are stronger than you think, you are more capable than you realize, and you are worthy of everything you dream of. The only thing you have to do is stop letting doubt and fear decide your future, because the moment you choose to move forward despite them, you take control of your own story. And that is where real power begins. True strength is found in moments of perseverance, even when no one is watching. It is easy to be strong when there is applause, recognition, or validation. It is easy to push forward when the world is cheering you on. But real strength is not about how you perform when others are watching. It is about the battles you fight when no one sees, the struggles you endure in silence, and the moments when you keep going simply because you refuse to give up. Life will test you in ways that no one else will ever fully understand. There will be nights when you are overwhelmed by doubt, mornings when getting out of bed feels like a challenge, and days when you question whether anything you are doing even matters. These are the moments that define you. Not the big victories, not the public achievements, but the quiet choices you make when no one is around to witness them. Choosing to keep moving forward, to keep believing in yourself, to keep trying even when you feel like quitting, that is true strength. Perseverance is not glamorous. It is not always celebrated. More often than not, it is lonely, exhausting, and filled with uncertainty. It is waking up and giving your best even when you feel like you have nothing left. It is working toward a dream without knowing when or if you will succeed. It is facing setbacks and deciding that they will not define you. True strength is built in the moments when it would be easier to walk away, but you choose to stay and fight instead. The world often sees success as the final result, but what it fails to recognize is the struggle that came before it, the sacrifices, the failures, the disappointments. Those are the things that build true strength. It is easy to admire the person who has achieved great things, but what about the person who is still in the middle of the journey? The one who keeps going despite the obstacles, the one who refuses to let failure be the end of their story. That person is just as strong, if not stronger, than the one who has already reached the finish line. Think about the times you have persevered in your own life, the moments when you could have given up but didn't, the times when you pushed through pain, rejection, or fear and kept moving forward. Those were the moments that shaped you. Not the easy days, not the victories that came without effort, but the struggles that demanded everything from you. That is where real growth happens. That is where true strength is found. People may not always see the work you are putting in. They may not understand the battles you are fighting, but that doesn't mean they don't matter. Strength is not about proving something to the world. It is about proving something to yourself. It is about knowing that you are capable, that you are resilient, and that you have the power to overcome anything that comes your way. So when life gets hard, when the road ahead feels long and uncertain, remember this. True strength is not about being the loudest or the most celebrated. It is about showing up for yourself day after day, even when no one else is watching. It is about believing in yourself when no one else does. It is about refusing to quit no matter how difficult the journey becomes. And that, more than anything else, is what makes you unstoppable. Your failures do not define you. Your ability to rise from them does. Every person who has ever accomplished something meaningful has failed at some point. Failure is not a sign of weakness, nor is it proof that you are not good enough. It is simply part of the process, a necessary step on the journey to growth and success. The only real failure is allowing setbacks to keep you down, to make you believe that you are incapable of moving forward. What truly defines you is not the times you have fallen, but the way you choose to rise again. When things don't go as planned, it is easy to feel like giving up. Failure can be painful. It can shake your confidence, make you question your abilities, and fill you with doubt. But in those moments, you have a choice. You can let failure become the story you tell yourself about who you are, or you can use it as fuel to become stronger, wiser, and more determined. The most successful people in the world are not those who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let failure stop them. They learn from their mistakes, adjust their approach, and keep going. Think about a child learning to walk. They fall over and over again, but they do not stop trying. They do not tell themselves that walking is impossible or that they are not meant for it. They simply get back up again and again until they succeed. That same resilience exists within you. Somewhere along the way, as we grow up, we start believing that failure is something to be ashamed of. But in reality, failure is nothing more than proof that you are trying, pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, and taking risks. Every failure is a lesson. It teaches you what doesn't work, what needs to change, and where you need to grow. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it. See it as a teacher, not a punishment. If you look at the most inspiring stories in history, they are filled with failure. Famous inventors, athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists all had moments when they stumbled, faced rejection, or made mistakes. But they didn't let those moments define them. They got back up, they kept moving forward, and in the end, that is what made the difference. It is not the fall that matters, it is the rise. Strength is built in the moments when you choose to stand up despite the disappointment, despite the pain, despite the fear of failing again. Every time you rise after failure, you prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything. You build resilience, and that resilience becomes your greatest strength. The road to success is never smooth. It is filled with obstacles, detours, and setbacks. But if you keep going, if you refuse to let failure have the final word, you will eventually reach your destination. You are not your mistakes, you are not your failures. You are the person who has the power to rise from them, to rewrite your story, and to turn setbacks into stepping stones. Do not let failure define you. Let your perseverance, your courage, and your ability to rise define you instead. Because in the end, it is not about how many times you fall. It is about how many times you rise. You have an inner fire, a force within you. Trust it, believe in it, and keep moving forward. This fire is the source of your strength, your passion, and your resilience. It is the quiet yet powerful force that has carried you through every challenge, every setback, and every moment of doubt. It is the part of you that refuses to give up, that pushes forward even when the path is unclear. But the only way for this fire to burn bright is for you to believe in it, to trust in your own abilities, and to keep moving forward no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. There will be moments in life when you feel lost, unsure of yourself, and uncertain about the future. The voices of doubt, whether from within or from others, will try to tell you that you are not good enough, not strong enough, not capable enough. But deep down, beneath all the fear and uncertainty, there is a part of you that knows the truth. There is a fire inside you that refuses to be extinguished. It is the same fire that has carried you through every difficulty you have faced, the same fire that has helped you rise after every fall. It is always there, waiting for you to trust it, to listen to it, to let it guide you forward. Too often we let fear overpower our inner fire. We hesitate, we second-guess ourselves, we wait for the perfect moment before taking action. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. And the longer you wait, the more you allow doubt to dim your fire. The only way to truly embrace your power is to take action despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, despite the voices telling you that you can't. Because the moment you start moving forward, your fire grows stronger. With every step you take, you prove to yourself that you are more capable than you ever believed. That fire inside you is not there by accident. It is there because you were meant for something greater. It is there because you have a purpose, a path that is uniquely yours to walk. But if you do not trust it, if you do not believe in yourself, you will never discover the incredible things you are capable of. The people who achieve great things in life are not necessarily the most talented, the most privileged, or the most lucky. They are the ones who refuse to let their fire go out. They are the ones who believe in themselves, even when no one else does. They are the ones who keep going, even when the road gets tough. No one else can fuel your fire for you. No one else can make you believe in yourself. That is a choice only you can make. But once you make it, once you decide to trust in your own strength and potential, There is nothing that can stop you. The path may not always be easy. There will be failures, rejections, and setbacks, but none of that matters as long as you keep moving forward. Because every challenge you face is simply fuel for your fire, making you stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. So when life tries to dim your light, when the world tells you that you are not enough, remember the fire inside you. Remember